Oh, watch out. I'm fixing to do something I know a lot of you don't expect. Um, I'm going to talk about the eShop on the Switch because apparently Nintendo has pulled some GameCube games they want to put on the eShop on the Switch, and it's not the best of games. Hell, it's not even the most impressive of the worst titles that they can think of. It's actually just the dumbest I've seen so far. So, anyway, the eShop on the Switch is 5 months later still a piece of shit. I'm not gonna say that it's anything impressive. They haven't even tried to impress me with it. I don't even think they've tried to do anything with the damn eShop to even try to make this thing impressive. Let's just make that point blank period the fucking truth, okay? I know I like Nintendo. Why would I say anything negative about Nintendo? Well, first of all, I'm not trying to kiss the ass of anybody. That is 100% facts, okay? I don't give a damn who it is. PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox. I'm gonna call you on your bullshit. That's the first thing. The eShop on this thing is better. The eShop on the Wii U is better. And the eShop on the original Nintendo Wii was better. What made the eShop on all those devices better than the one on the Switch? And if you have any of those devices, you should already know. There's sub shops on those shops. There's not any on the fucking Switch. When I say sub shops, I mean like when you go into the actual eShop on this here, you can go to a discounted shop on there and find games that are under $5. On the Wii U, it has NES shop, Super NES shop, N64 shop, a Wii shop. It has a Out Now shop. It has a discounted shop. It has sub shops for the main shop to where you can go and find specific games for specific reasons. It even has a DS shop on the Wii U shop. Same thing with the original Wii. You could go and you could look up for different reasons of whatever you were looking for because there were so many games. And I understand the Switch doesn't have that many, but I mean, come on, they could make an entire sub shop devoted to the Neo Geo because there's so many of those fucking titles. It's not that fucking hard, okay? And being that they want to go ahead and incorporate some GameCube games now, they need to start incorporating the idea of sub shops into the Switch. And it would broaden the horizon of how people go and look for games on here. Because a lot of these games are starting to vanish. And if you don't know the name of the game you wanted, and a lot of people don't put games on their wish list, they just see it once and are like, hey, that looked really interesting, and then they forget about it and go and think to themselves when they see it that time, hey, it'll be there the next time I get on, and then it's gone because they forgot about it, and weeks later they get back on there because they got a card or something, and it's no longer there. You know what I mean? So if they had, those little sub shops in the eShop, it would make things a lot easier because right now all you have is the main shop, the best sellers, and then I think there's the wish list which you yourself make, which you have to go under your profile to even get to. But once it leaves out of the main shop and it's not on the best sellers, it's no longer there. You have to really know the name of the game. Like I Am Sensuous is not even available to look at anymore on the main shop. You have to search for the game. And that's not the only one. There's quite a few of them like that. But like I said, that's what makes the store, the eShop, one of the worst things about the damn Switch is because they don't have those sub shops in the eShop, and they should because it's actually grown since it came out. And especially now that they have, hey, a shitload of Neo Geo games. Go ahead and create an entire sub shop devoted to just Neo Geo games and line them up just like you did with the NES games on the damn Wii U. Pardon me, you had a entire sub shop in the eShop on the damn Wii U, even on this thing where you can go and you can look through just regular NES games, Super NES games. Those things existed on that system and on this thing. And then they also had it categorized as if they were on sale, you could go on the on sale sub shop and find them in there as well. So you could find them there, you could find them in the on sale section, you could find them in multiple spots depending on where they were, because again, you had them lined up in such a way like, okay, they're going to be originally homed in the SNES shop or the NES shop. If they're discounted down from $10, they'll be in the $10 games, or if they're lower than 5, they'll be in the $5 sale games. So they would be in multiple places. And that, my friends, is how the eShop on the Wii U is better than the Switch. Hell, it's why the 3DS eShop is better than the damn Switch. This thing, yes, has been out for a while, and yes, the Wii U has years on the Switch, but I feel like the Switch is behind because they're not paying any attention to the damn eShop, because they're like, well, it doesn't have that big of a fucking eShop library. And I'm like, it's got a big enough library, especially when it comes to Neo Geo games, that you could do sub shops now. You could make those shops, and you could make those stand out. You would just have to redo the firmware in there. You would have to redo the menu. Spend a little bit of time on there, man. Just spend a little bit of time on there. Make it worthwhile. Make it worth people's time, because people are not going to go in there and buy shit like that right now, man. Make it whole. And here's another thing. Yeah, you have Neo Geo games, but the indie titles on there are growing too. You can make a whole section devoted to the indie titles now, just like you did with the Wii U. So you could have 2 sub shops in the eShop now, and it's only, like I said, 5 months old. They need to go ahead and start doing that, because there's enough in there. But they don't want to do that. The eShop, like I said, the way they have it now, they feel content to do with what they have, and it's not the most impressive. It's actually the worst shop I've seen out of all of them, and I'm just comparing it to Nintendo. I'm not comparing it to PlayStation. I'm not comparing it to Xbox. But even PlayStation and Xbox have it set up to where when you go in there, you have sub shops to where you can find on sale, you can find out nows, you can find, what they recommend. Why the fuck isn't the Switch set up in such a way? Because it was set up that way on, the Wii U and even on their 3DS. And I feel like they need to spend just a little bit of time, making it to where it's that way. Once they do, I think, hey, the eShop will become something people will spend a little bit of money on and a little bit of time in, and see that, hey, there's stuff in there, and actually buy something from. Because I've only bought one game from it because I don't like it. I don't like the eShop. And the game that was in there looked interesting to me. But until I get it fixed, I don't think I'm buying anything else from in there. I'm going to stick to buying hard copy games. But I felt like, hey, this was something to talk about, because, like I said, I saw this article, link will be in the description down below, talking about GameCube games possibly coming to the Switch and the eShop on there. But I'm like, well, they need to fix the eShop first before they start getting too technical with it. But if you want to know what games are going to be possibly popping up, go read the article. I'm not going to stop you from that. But the games are, like, lackluster in my opinion. But at the most point, I'm just trying to say that, hey, the eShop to me is, like, not impressive at all. To me, now, personally with me, it sucks. And I know a lot of you out there are like, oh, you're a fanboy this, you only play Nintendo that, whatever, you will never say this or that. I'm just going ahead and pointing out the things that I find wrong on Nintendo Switch, and mainly it's the eShop. So, there you go. Deuces.